Hey guys, here's update number 3. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we want to talk about the weather. This is about the time of the year when we always get questions about the weather. Typically, it's because we've got some rain in the forecast and people ask, what are we going to do if it rains? This year, so far, we have a great forecast. It looks warm and sunny, no rain. However, those things can change drastically. We've seen it happen in the past. We're hoping and praying that it does not happen this time, but if it does, here's the way we work this. We are rain or shine. We do not cancel unless it is an extreme situation. We've only had to do this once in 9 years, and we don't foresee having to do that this year. So be prepared, whatever the weather may bring. Hopefully, sunny, warm, no rain. All right, moving on. Arriving and setting up. Now, those of you who have read through your vendor packets that have received them, and I also emailed that to you also. So if you have already read this, then you already know some of these things. But the important thing is you have to be in your space by 4 p.m. There's too much foot traffic walking around, and we can't take any chances. It's for safety reasons. Everyone has to be in their place by 4 p.m. Now, you don't have to be completely set up by then, but you just have to be in your space by 4 p.m. So plan accordingly. Give yourself extra time also, because you need to check in and you need to make sure that you get there safely. There can be traffic and other things that come up. So just give yourself plenty of time. When you get there, do not bypass check-in. Check-in, there will be a red check-in flag where vendors check in. This will be 2 lanes to help this go efficiently. In the past, we've had people hanging out on the roads for a long period of time, and we're trying to cut that down. So make sure that you get there on time, get checked in, get set up and ready to go. Another thing is if you have multiple vehicles in the trunk line, you have to arrive together, because trunk line is put in order based on the way you arrive. So we can't move people around and get people in between after people start arriving after the first person in your group. So if you have multiple people arriving together that are going to be in the trunk line with you, then they need to arrive together. Now, people can walk to your space, but if it's going to be parked together in the line, then you have to arrive together. You are allowed to stake things in the trunk line. That doesn't really matter, but in the festival it does. But be careful when you do that, please. We have to repair any damages. Same with driving on the field. You can drive on the field, but please be careful, because we do have to make repairs or pay for repairs if there are damages. Okay. Make sure to follow instructions when you get there. So when you check in, you will be then guided to where to go next. If you need extra vendor cards, we will have those for you at vendor check-in. Those are just basically to let us know who you are ahead of time so we can make the check-in process more efficient. All right, next, leaving and cleanup. So you have to stay till 8 p.m. Now, if something happens and you have to leave, that's fine, but whatever vehicle is in your space has to be there until 8 p.m. We can have nobody leaving early. There's too many people at the event, and it would be dangerous to allow anybody to move their vehicle while the event is happening. So no one's allowed to leave until 8 p.m. Please make sure that you clean up your space. Also, keep it clean while you're there. Sometimes kids will get excited about a piece of candy and they'll eat it right there, and they'll drop their piece of candy wrapper on the ground. If you can just help us by keeping that area tidied up, it usually takes us a while after the event is over to pick up extra trash that's laying around. So you can help us tremendously shorten this very long day of ours by helping us clean up before you leave. Volunteers. We still need a lot of volunteers. If you can help us even recruit just one, if all of you recruit just one volunteer, we'll have all the volunteers we need. So if you can help us out, that would be great. Just get in touch with me if you have someone that wants to volunteer. If you look back through your emails, there is a Sign Up Genius link, and it gives all of the details about what's available for volunteering. Theme. If you have a theme, please tell me. It just helps with the planning. Sometimes we have people contact us after the event, and they'll say such and such with this theme, and it's easier if we kind of know ahead of time what your theme is, so that if we do get questions about your display, you know, someone might want to get in touch with you or whatever. It makes us a little easier to track it down. So if you have a theme, let me know what the theme is. Remember, if you're still planning your theme and you haven't really been paying attention to all the emails so far, nothing evil, nothing scary, nothing controversial, no political. There's enough political in the news and such, and we don't want that at our event. If you have questions about this, please let me know. Even try to stay away from cutesy Halloween stuff, just because, yeah, I understand it's Halloween, but we're a family-friendly event and a faith-based event, and there's enough different themes out there that you can get creative without having to use Halloween. All right, so moving on. For sale items. If you are selling anything, vendors who are selling things, please listen carefully. We need to know what you're selling, how much you're selling it for, and what payment options you're taking. We would suggest that you try to take as many payment options as possible, because we do live in a world where a lot of people use electronics to pay, but then there's some that will use cash. But if you have a cash only, then you're going to eliminate a lot of your business. And if you have a card only, you might eliminate some of those who only carry cash. So if you can be diverse in that, that would help out tremendously. All right, trunk line. Listen carefully. This is for you. And this are 3 very, very important things I can't stress enough. Do not run out of candy. It is very disappointing to people who wait in the long line to get to the start of the trunk line, and then half the vendors are out of candy already by the time they get there. And that should not happen if you're preparing for the number that we're telling you to prepare for, which is 3,500 trick-or-treaters. You may see more. If you run out and we've seen more than 3,500 trick-or-treaters, well, then it's not on you, because you prepared according to what I told you. But if you run out because you did not come prepared, that will make people there will be some disappointed kids, and you don't want disappointed kids. That's one thing. Trunk or treat line cannot have a game, can't have any kind of activity, interactive. It's basically you're going to give kids candy, and you're going to smile, and they're going to say trick or treat, and you're going to say happy Halloween, and you're going to say whatever you say. But it's pretty much moving along to keep the line moving, and it takes a long time to see 3,500 kids. So we want all 3,500 kids to be able to get through the line. There are 2 lines, by the way. I think I've said it before, but make sure you prepare. It's very difficult for just one person to do the trunk line. Usually you bring at least one other person with you, but there will be kids coming on both sides of your display, your trunk, your tent, or whatever. So make sure you're prepared for that, and have you and another person there to give out candy. And the very last thing, the third thing is, don't let the kids pick their own candy. As much as that's so cute and you just want the kids to be happy with whatever they get, that slows down the trunk line very, very, it makes it very, very slow, because kids are very indecisive sometimes. And if they see that bowl full of candy and you're telling them pick 2 pieces of candy, and then they're going to just not be able to choose that fast. So no picking the kids cannot pick the candy in the trunk line. Okay. All right, moving on. Safety guidelines. I only have a couple. There might be some in your final reminders email, but these are the main things. The tents, if you are bringing tents, anything that you have that's large, but a tent must be secure. And be careful to not have any tripping hazards. Sometimes people run, cords to things, and just make sure that there's nothing that's going to be a tripping hazard to our guests. Okay, and moving on, only last thing for this update is photos. When you check in, you're going to be given a QR code, and you can upload your pictures to Google Drive, and that helps us just collect more pictures, because you might have a perspective that our photographers don't catch at the event. It is a large event, so that, sometimes it's hard to get all the shots, but also we want you to take a picture of your booth. Be proud. You put a lot of time and effort into it. Take a picture of your booth, take a picture of your team. You're going to post it to social media anyway, so just while you're at it, just go ahead and, keep those photos and upload those to the Google Drive, so that we can also see all of the fun pictures that you have. And so that's the end of update number 3. We will only have one more update, and that will be final update, and that will be sent out on Tuesday. And then Thursday's the event. So we are coming down to the wire. It's only 1 week left. And for any of you guys who are planning on coming out to the prayer walk, I will see you soon. And for the rest of you guys, I will be sending some more information. If you need anything, remember, now is the time to get in touch with me. As we get closer and closer to the event, it's really hard to get in touch with me because there's so many last minute details that we're just trying to put together to make this the most fabulous event that we can. All right, well, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.